My name's Foxiel and welcome to the Banner Saga, a turn-based Viking RPG strategy game, tactical strategy game. I played this game a few years ago, but I haven't looked at it in a while, and I actually really enjoyed it the first time. The story in the Banner Saga changes based on the choices you make. You'll occasionally switch between lead characters witnessing the story from different perspectives. I should have finished talking and then started the game instead of saying... So what I was saying earlier, that I played this game a few years ago and I just haven't gotten around to it since, and I've actually forgotten quite a large majority of the game. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survived through a tenuous alliance, driving back destroyers called Dredge Deep into the northern wastes. Now, as an era of growth and trade, life goes on, but okay, let's focus. Stoic with a Viking ship. Hello?
It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not.
The sun stopped in the sky.
But I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds.
So it's not like an eternal night, it's an eternal day.
We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Oh, are those giants? There must be giants. Are we giants? Oh, that's not English. What is this? Ow. Does that mean? Oh, okay. Shield Banger. Love it. You've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag on the screen to see your surroundings. Check mark to continue. These portraits show the order of initiative. Taking turns from left to right. Okay. Allies in blue, enemies in red. Gotcha. Movement happens before action. This ring shows your shield banger is active. Blue tiles show where you can move to. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The Horn Race are giants called Val. They can move up to 4 tiles. Well, humans fill a single tile. Oh, they take up to 4 tiles. So he's okay. I get what you mean. He doesn't move 4 tiles. He takes 4 tiles worth of space. Humans can file on a single tile. This can have a huge impact on your strategy. Click the tile to move. Oh, left click. Gotcha. To target an enemy, click on the tile on which they stand. All tiles are blue when the enemies are red. You can choose to attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. Okay, so he's got 2 armor and he's got 5. Oh, he's got 5 strength left, so I'm gonna just finish him off. Okay, strength counts as health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Okay. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open up them to more damage in the future. This enemy has only 5 strength remaining. The strength attack will kill him. +1 renown. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which you can use later to improve your characters. After taking a turn, and next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Swiping at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shield banger's armor. Okay. Now it's your Warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range of these characters, but all characters with willpower can boost their actions. By clicking the gold tiles, the character can move further than usual. I completely forgot that I have to go through. Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your Warhawk has a special ability. Tempest. The ability description appears in the tooltips below. Allows him to slam multiple enemies at once. Normal strength to 2 adjacent enemies, going clockwise. So it goes this way. Okay. Your turn, sir. Oh no, my turn. That made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there's only 1 enemy players left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order, and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. Your turn, then I get 2 turns. So if the character doesn't move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. Ah. Click the fist. Okay, that finishes him off. Oh, because you add willpower to it, do extra damage. Okay. Now that we got the tutorial out of the way, your renown grows. +6.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each
other. About this action in this game, it's, I would say, significantly more Stoic driven, where your choices influence the outcomes. And while the choices do influence the action, I remember the game more for its story. And less for the action. Though the action is, it can get pretty tactical, which does make it enjoyable. It's not just like click and win and walk through the game.
This sort of wool doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal. I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Alright, let's do this. Chapter 1. Only the sun has stopped. Clansman 0, Fighter 0, Val 32. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eric, Steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. What did you have in mind? Stallthings that you didn't hack up the Great Hall, scattered after. Skull things that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall, scattered after you left. After you took out the chieftain. Is that okay? That's people. I'm guessing a group of people. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. I was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's no one left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Okay, sweet. Click the marketplace of the merchant. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open face houses and eroded stalls. Colorless canvases flap in a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Hard, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Skull King's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, hard. So when you tell me that what rat's anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try and kill you this time. They don't talk to me. I don't have any patience for this, my friend. Hard sweats visibly, fumbling through some dirty trinkets on his table. Just wait, just buy one of these. If everyone thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? Gods, Eric, laying it a bit heavy, don't you think? Nobleman up by the east wall. Oh, sorry. Gunoff, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just boredom while you're walking around. Why? No reason. That man of yours seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust hard, but he used to be skulking. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to the old haunts. Not new ones. Haunts? Nobleman in a mead hall. Nobleman is a mead hall? Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Where's this place? Nobleman is halfway up the hill, towards the Great Hall. You won't miss it. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Okay, mead house. You arrive in front of what must be Nobleman. A few minutes later, Eric appears, where the weather-beaten man introduces Valgard. I'll point them out. Ready? Let's get it over with. That's the spirit, says Valgard. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots open the front door so hard it won't close again, without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken skullthings scramble to find their own weapons, turning the tables over and mead stains in the process. Mead stains? Steins? S-T, was it? No, stains. Steins. Okay, there we are. We can't... Is this where we... Okay. Oh, let's go. I don't feel like you should be there. And you stay up there. It's gonna be a butchery. Stone wall. Blocks damage to strength for 1 round. Let's move you first. Oh no, it's your turn first. So let's just move everyone up. And gives willpower to any allies in range. How do I accept? Oh, it gives to one of them. Resist. Oh. I don't want to add anything to that. Ow. My friend. No, 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 no. You little dogs. Ow. Get him. Deaths are permanent, I think, from memory. So is that guy like fodder? I don't even know if he had a name. They are, God to be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eric looks out the hall windows, onto the bay. A fleet of longships approaching with sails of bold red and blue. Bolds red and blue. One banner I know very well, Vognir. Next for the Val kinship, last we spoke. The other flag? Looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Ah, that makes a little more sense. That makes a little more sense. You hope I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now that I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the great halls before they come by. Can I ask for one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guests on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Valgard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. We give him an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals. So the next in line for the Val kinship. So that's the prince of the giants, Vognir. A familiar Val steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version trampling down the halls of Grofheim. Abundant in its purpose. Gods, Ubin, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old. And if there is Vognir, there must be a Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yokes. At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Georgia demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Aberang? In fact, Aberang. And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering, golden wolf head emblazoned on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son, Ludin. Don't you know? Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how we make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a very good thing you're around, Hakon. Then to go into Grofheim. I have the distant feeling I've finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Mogia, Hakon? Have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'll be heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few. Others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Mogia. Mogger? See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ships. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy he grew up pulling the legs from spiders. What? The long road back to Grofin should be more interesting than most years, you think. Pulling the legs off spiders. So he looks... What is someone who looks like they pull the leg off spiders? Weariness suddenly settles in and you chuckle to yourself about an odd day. What an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join in Vognir's caravan tomorrow, you might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Talk to Hakon. Let's talk to Hakon. Scrivener, you find Hakon in a mead house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for the flagon. Vognir, the one who's agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make a rounds collecting tax. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got there, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha! Humans. I guess if I only lived as long as you, as a Yox fart, I might be desperate to think of something myself, to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon let slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swathe through Dredge at Vognir's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofin. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the mead house becomes unbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. What now? Oh, now we have to go back this way. Is this the right place? You find the prince at the inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Luden. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Luden. Yes, you're with Vognir? I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Vognir for a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim, with my guards. Luden looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying tithes to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you mean? What do you want? Whoops. Just to introduce myself. You collect taxes for the Varl territories. A true pleasure. Yes. An awkwardness hangs in the air like thick fog. You take the opportunity to depart. And depart I shall. Okay, now what? Great Hall. At dawn, you're awoken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with the sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply. Leathers? All there, just as promised. To your mild surprise, you wonder if Eric had anything to do with that. Plus 20 renown. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Vognir is already here. A while later, Luden and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Mogir steps I'm gonna call him Mogir. Steps forward. Vognir's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. We are ready. You follow Mogir and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the gates would have been enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards must have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand well as a whole, you think. So we leave as one big caravan to somewhere. So at the top we have our itinerary. So we have 366 Varl, 85 fighters, which are humans I'm guessing, and 0 clansmen. Our renown, and your daily supplies. So every day you use supplies, the caravan stops for a day. A gift, says Mogia, cracking open mead casks from our gracious friend, the governor of Strands. Hours passed with ranchous laughter as the mead is passed throughout. I want to do a toast. You raise your drink, toasting the alliance between men and Val. The others join in. Luden's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually you sit down beside Vognir. Chat. Thanks for the speech. Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Mogia, I thought the damn governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of his entire family? He tried. Then he asked me to clean up his mess. For your benefit, turns out. I'd have given the job to you, too. Gods, there is no joy in politics. Speaking of, what happens after this business with Luden? Hopefully the boy goes back to Arabang on his own, and I can take out some frustration on Dredge or something. Starting to sound like Hakon. You don't like the life of a diplomat? Ah, don't you miss the fight, Uben? You down your mead instead of replying. Vognir slouches and shakes his head. There's no great joy in killing dredges, but pretty sure this nonsense is some scheme between two kings to force some kind of lineage. Used to be warriors would follow you for what you'd done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it, or is it because I'm next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Val. They've always been muddy, Vognir. Vognir stares into the campfire, lost in thought. He'll leave him be. You rise groggily. The campsite, a casualty of merriment. Mogia is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Luden stalking your direction. He sidesteps the sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nudge. Vognir, you're needed. Ah, it's Luden. It's always a pleasure. You look well rested. Vognir releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grofheim? Huh. We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come, I'll show you on a map. This is the map of the world. You explore by dragging and zooming. The location of the caravan is indicated here by Uben's icon. The road map is covered with many locations. You can explore the map at any time by clicking on the locations to gain information. Oh, nice. Grofheim's all the way up there. That's quite a massive map. The same shape as England. United Kingdom. Well, it could just be a random shape, to be fair. Either or, it seems like a good place to end the first episode. Thank you for joining. I'll catch you in the next one.